Hey guys, all right, so let's do some tactics. I want to get to 2600 on chess.com on this site here. So right now I'm at 2567 and still haven't made it to 2600. So I want to explain all the ideas behind it and just jump into it. I have a match this Friday in the DC Chess League, so I just want to make sure I'm staying sharp. And it should give us some strong ones too. Sometimes it gives you like 23, 2400, and sometimes it gives you 27, 2800 level puzzles. I would call it. It'll go up to there. So let's see how it goes, and hopefully get some tough ones. So queen takes c5 was the move that white just played. So it's black to play. So we have some pressure on e4. And also, when you're looking at potentially taking a piece, because we'd like to win the knight, we want to see how many pieces are on the board. So as you see, black is already down piece. White has an extra knight. So if you were to try to win it, you would just get the piece back. Now, of course, if we take the queen and the knight takes, we could win the rook. That's something. That looks like something. That seems pretty obvious. Is there anything else? Maybe a push? The push, that doesn't do anything. I think you just take it. They have to take back. You take with check. King moves. Then you finish him off with the push. Okay. The key is the finish, I think. So we take, but because I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, well, then you'll just go back to e7. That's the obvious move, but that's the twist. That's the plot twist here, is that you have to play e7, I think. Yeah, of course. And you guard the rook, and then you're actually picking up the rook in the process as well, because you're threatening to get a queen. And then you're up 2 exchanges. You have 2 exchanges at the end of the line, and that's, of course, a win. No, not actually. You would have, when they take it, you would have rook to d8. So let's just quickly, okay, cool, we got 9 points since we solved it relatively quickly. Let's go over it real quick. I always want to, even if it's quick or if it takes a long time, I always want to go over it, make sure that you really understand the tactic clearly, the themes, how I solved it. I'm trying to explain my thought process as much as possible, and I'll try to stay on top of. Sorry, the last video I didn't stay on top of the comments, so I'll try to stay on top of the comments and be, gotta be responsive. I don't want to miss any of that. Let's see. So queen takes c5. So the idea was, again, the first thing I wrote a blog about that, kind of like looking at some tactical shortcuts, sort of ways to approach it. So one thing is you're sort of looking at points of tension. Of course, you're looking for forcing moves, captured checks, captures, and then threats, like you're threatening to do a cap, threatening to do a check, and then you have your quiet moves. That's lower down the rungs of forcing moves. And of course, the most forcing, I guess, would be checkmate. But beyond that, not checkmate. We're going to go capture, check, capture, and we're going to look at threats and quiet moves. So quiet moves should be the last thing, like a6 should be the last move you look at. King h8. We'll look at that later if you don't find anything. Now, we looked at potentially trying to take the knight, but of course, the best thing you're going to get out of that is just simply to get a piece back. So remember, context is very important. When you're trying to win a piece, remember how many pieces are on the board currently. Now, of course, there's a pin. So this one's pretty easy. This was pretty easy. We just take it, and we take here. That was the easy part. But then it just don't fall for the sort of knee-jerk rook back to e7 guarding, the bishop, so you don't lose it after the king goes to f2. So we take the queen, they take back, and then of course we want to take the rook with check. Don't fall for rook e7. Okay, you're up the exchange, it looks good, but as Lasker said, when you see a good move, look for a better move. What's the better move? Of course, e7, we saw that. And that's just lost. It's just lost because of the unfortunate situation of the underdeveloped pieces. So when you want to, there's 2 prime things you're looking for with tactics. One is an exposed king, a loose king. 2 is loose pieces. As they say, loose pieces fall off. And this one kind of had all that that worked together. So we got to pick up the rook with a check based on the loose position of the white king. And of course, we take the rook and we win. What do they say for that? What's the level? Yeah, right. That's a 2396. So 2400. I would say it's even lower than that. I would say it's closer to a 2100, maybe 2000, 2100. But there is a twist to it. But it's more like just avoid it, avoid the twist, and you're fine. Okay, let me make sure we're good on the stream. Okay, it's good. It's green, good. And and then this is going to become a processed video afterwards. So on YouTube. So, okay. They just took on A2. White to play. Okay, I assume it's something that has to do with like either playing for checkmate or playing for winning the queen. Or worst comes to worst, we go for a stalemate potentially. No, there can't be. I don't think there could be a stalemate. But I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna win here. I don't think we need to draw because the king is really precariously placed on G5. So, or sorry, B4. So we're gonna look at context first. Context is important, and then we don't need to mindlessly just look for forcing moves. We could, but it's good to have some context and we kind of focus in. And the forcing moves will also allow us to sort of prioritize what we're going to focus on. So let's see. Well, I mean, this is tempting just to like bring the rook here, and then if they take, go here. No, it's not forcing enough because if you go behind it, they could run. Now, is there any way to catch the king? Well, if we check, they go here. Is there anything? Not really. I check. There's nothing there. Oh, there is. There's a B5 check. B5 check. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's too much there. It's worth going down this path. Let's just quickly do like a scan of candidate moves. That's a useful thinking technique. Candidate move search. Knight E4 check. Knight C2 check. Rook A1, as I mentioned, that would be a less forcing move. Rook here check. Do F4 check. Those are the main candidate moves I'm seeing right now. I don't know, B3. I don't think so. That might maybe a king move. So those are later on. But let's look at the most forcing one and see if we have something there. So let's say knight E4 check. King to here, to 5. I feel like I was like reversed on the side. Now we're back to white again. So knight E4 check, king A5. It's got to be adaptable, right? I don't see anything after king A5. Rook down. There's nothing there like that. I want to take advantage of the current position of the king on B4. What about knight check, king up? No. Let's look at rook A1 real quick. Rook A1. I don't know. Let's say the queen runs to like D8. Is there anything? Anything at all? Check. Here. I want the queen to stay on A2. Rook F4 check. That looks promising. Now the king has to go, well, B3 or A5. So if B3, then what? Notice that there are not too many checks that this queen has either. The queen only has queen A6 check. That's the only legitimate check, which buys us some time. One's tricky. I just feel like, yeah, it's probably rook F4 check. So rook F4 check, king A5. Then what? B4 check. What if the king went back? I'm not seeing anything there. I feel like that closes things off too much. Oh, well, if knight E4 check, if he goes here, then B4 check here, then you have knight check here. You get a fork from the king and queen here and here. The knight E4 check. If king here, you get the fork. Oh, it's got to be okay. Well, here check becomes this way. Where can we force the king? Check. He goes here, you get the check. Yeah, I feel like knight E4 check is right. Now, what about king B3 though? We don't want to get it wrong because we're going to lose a lot of points if we get it wrong. 94 check. King b3. Check. Oh, well, if king takes, you just check again, you win the queen. Okay. So check here, check. Ah, and if king here, yeah, okay. Let's try that. It looks good. There's so many lines that just work here. And then if he goes here, what was that line again? Was that, wait, if b4 check, if he goes here, we get the fork. Wait, what if he goes here, though? Did I mess it? Well, no, I didn't mess it up. It's the right move, but did I look at that? Let's see, b4 check. Well, king a6 is the only option then. But then we don't have knight there. Huh, that's weird. What do we have? b4 check, king a6. Can you see it? The follow-up there. Oh, nice. Can that work? Because of the limited queen move options, like if we just try and move the king and get a mate with the rook f6, well, that might be the touch. But I feel like it's got to be b4 check because there's no other forcing move here. Knight back, it's too slow. b4, you know you can't go here because of the fork. King a6, but look, he's almost getting mated. What if you just go king c7? Does that work? Kind of crazy, but it might just work. The queen takes, check here. Is that a mate? Yeah, it's going to be mate. Nice. So b4 check, king a6, king c7, queen check here though. But we'll keep on looking. King b8. And he's run out of checks, right? And rook f6 is unstoppable. Ooh, I like it. I like it. No! Ah. Wait. If it's not b4 check, then what would it be? All right, let's try again. It looks so promising, too. b4 check. No, it's not. It seems so good. A lot of the lines were working there. Okay. Huh. Am I missing something silly? Oh, you just move your rook up, huh? You just go rook up here, threatening rook a3. And you're threatening mate, but then he goes b4, right? So you go rook here, he goes here. Oh, you check, he takes, you check here. Does that work? He goes here. No matter where he goes, then you get, okay. So rook f3, threatening here. Wait, what if he just takes with, what if he just takes here? Huh, what else could it be? If the queen were to move, it would be a mate here. Not king c5 because of here. King c7 also allows here, and then they take this one. There's no mate there. Look at that. So where is it? So close, but where is it? What about the simple rook down here, threatening takes? So we just go here. They go a6. And then b4, and then b4, and then they have to go back. So what if they go, no, they can't go here because you fork. If they go king at a6, you go here. Oh, it might be as simple as rook down here. Let's just try. I'm not going to lose any more points. Let's just try this. Yeah, that's all it was. That's all it was. And then the nice finesse with rook f7. And then you pull the king back, after which you can get your fork. Wait, more? Okay. Just take it, right? Just take it. I'll take the queen. Okay, that's it. So this was a 2480. Oh, no, that's attempts. Oh, wow. Rating is 29. I think that's a bit high. I don't think it's 29, 28, but, you know. Oh, wow. So, okay. So the first move was rook f4, right? It was rook that. Oh no, sorry. The first move was knight here. So we saw that we had a lot of good sequences after that. But the key is we don't want b4, even though it's promising. More straightforward is simply here threatening mate. And well, if they go b4, then we would just take and win the queen. Okay, then we're up a queen and a knight. That's good enough for me. And then after a6, we've taken away that square from the king, flight square. After which we force him to go to where we want him. We either get mate him or we force him into a fork, and we win the queen and we're up a rook. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So now we're back at. Okay, we're still at 25-71. We have 29 points to go. Yeah, this is loose. We have pressure on both of these. We have pressure. Pressure all over the place. Let's just look for some sequences now. Check. King here, let's say. Bishop check. So if check, we have the king here. A lot of tempting stuff here. What about sacking the queen? Knight takes, rook takes check, king up, bishop check, g6, mate. Oh, that might be it. We might be able to get some points back. Let's see. Check. He goes up. We got our bishop check right away, which looks very tempting. If he goes here, sack, knight takes, rook takes, king up, bishop check, hitting the king. He goes up. It's mate. He goes g6. It's like a mate. Start with this. Natural first move, but we need our sacrifice here. Let's have faith in it. So I did the analysis, follow through, and then we have our nice, because it all works because of this bishop check. Even if king up, we're still going to slide the rook to h8. If g6, well, no matter what, rook h8 will be mate in 1 or 2 if the bishop obstructs. You can obstruct with the bishop, no problem. I will take that same thing, and then you come up, and then we mate. Thank you. Cool, we got 10 points. All right, we only have 19 points to go. Let's go. This one was a 2400 rating. Yeah, it was straight. This one was a little different because it was so straightforward. It's kind of look complex, but once you see the line, you're pretty much set. So again, let's go over the concept. Okay, so we see loose bishop, loose knight. Okay, loose pieces, but more importantly here is the loose king. I think we've already sacked something, have we? We've already sacked a piece. 2, 4, 5. Okay, we've sacked a piece for equal pawns, equal rooks. But we see this tempting check. It's really the back rank mate stuff, because you have you're creating like you can see you can almost create or take away the Luft, the air for the king from Lufthansa, right? Airlines. So when the king goes up, check, and then you just force him into a mate. And if he comes up immediately, well, then if he went to h7, you wouldn't even have to sacrifice to get your check here, and this would be pinned, so you couldn't push. You'd have to. And if you went here, you'd get mated on g6. If you go back, then you get your back rank mate. So he doesn't want to go to h7 and walk into that. Well, we just kind of reverse it, and we have a nice mating sequence because the bishop is actually an obstruction, taking away a flight square for the king. So after bishop check, okay, fine. You want to postpone the inevitable. You can feel free to do that. Now, whether he went g6 was possible. That was rook h8 mate because of that nice bishop. When you got those two bishops and a rook looking in there, plus your knight assists, there's got to be something. They say we have 5 pieces aiming at the king, which we did when we had the queen. Something's going to go down. You're going to have something. Okay. How are we doing over here? We have, okay, one watching. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. We're going. Whoever's watching. Okay, so we're at 2581. All right, we can do this. So, king takes c1. Well, we have a pawn. We want to win with that pawn. How do we make that happen? Some type of obstruction or something? Some pin, maybe? Well, I see if you get a check, he has to go here. Now, if we were to push, it would come this way. Huh. How do we make that happen? Yeah, what if we immediately? Oh, we not this way. We go the other way. So we push the pawn. He comes over. They come over. We check. They go up. We check again, deflecting the rook. Then we queen. So we push. Now, oh wait. What if they come this way? Ah, wait. We check first. Wait, hold on, because I'm thinking we push. Then they go down here. Here. Behind. So wait. Back. Which I feel like we need. I feel like we need to check first to make this work. Let's see which check it is. Check. Up. My original idea was push. If he goes rook here, then we have check in here. But how do we make it work this way? We need the king to be on the d file, right? So if we check on c6, king here, push. Ah, rook over, we can do that anyway after check, right? No, the rook is here, sorry. So rook c6 check here, push, rook over. Ah, and I feel like we're warm, but how do we get this? Somehow I'm messing with the king and the rook coordination. Let's look at this. So check, king has to come up. We have to push the pawn at some point. And if we went behind it, well, then they get behind it. So we have to push that pawn. It's either now or, but I feel like, okay, look, if you push right away, they're coming here. Oh, no, you can't go there because then you have a check in here. Right. So push. And if here you have check and check. Right, we just push. Okay, and then we get our deflection. We're gonna fork the king and the rook, and then we're gonna get ourselves a queen, and that's enough to win. Are they gonna make us win this now? No, that's good enough. Yeah, we got 4 points out of it. 15 points to go. 15 points to go. Okay. Right. So next one, we have that was a 2500 level. I don't know about their ratings. I mean, I guess enough people miss it to make it that, or depending on who they target it to based on the algorithm. But all right. So, I should have gone over that one. Sorry, but I think you saw the idea, the deflection. But you got to find the right move order in the most forceful way. Don't give them any time. So these are very good for forcing you to understand what their defenses are, no matter which part of the game. Okay, so a takes b5. Well, there's a rook hanging. There's pressure on the f file. There's a nice pawn on d6, like splinter in their side. Thorn in their side. Thorn in their side. Splinter. Whatever works. Whatever is worse. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm seeing some stuff with taking, king takes, walking into here, take with check. Does that do anything? I don't know. You're not really going to get the queen. Take with check. He goes here, let's say. You go here. Queen just takes. Check and check. Then you have a bishop against a knight. Pawns are about equal. No, it's got to be something more decisive than that. Queen f7 check, he just takes. That doesn't do anything. Take no. What if you just take first? What if you just take the rook? He takes. They take it. And we do a deflection. Queen check takes check. Knight blocks. Takes. Check first. Takes. Queen check. King move. Well, wait. What's the? See again. Material count at the beginning is very important. So we have 2 rooks against 2 rooks, bishop. So we're down a piece, right? So if we win the exchange, but we're still giving 2 pieces for a rook. It's not ideal. This pawn needs to be a hero somehow. This pawn needs to do something good. Okay, let's look at this line again. I feel like this line of takes this one, takes back. What if we take first, then they take, then we take, threatening mate, queen takes, check, king up, jack, king back, takes. Again, let's see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's equal pawns because this pawn's going to be gone. We have a nice. We can claim bishop versus knight. wait, hold on. Yeah, we gave up both rooks because we gave them this one check. No, we didn't, did we? Takes. Yeah, we did. Takes. If you take with check first, either way. But if you takes, check. Yeah, there's two movers. So you either have takes, take first, or sack the rook immediately. So let's look at both. The takes, take with check here. Well, you could even throw in the check right away. You don't have to take right away. You could throw in the check. They go here. You take, threatening mate. But it's not mate because the queen takes. They have an escape square. You check to come up. But yeah, that's our second rook that we're giving up. King, check, move skewer, take on here, take back. That's yeah. We're giving up both rooks, so it looks a little. It's okay, but get your piece back. So it may not be the end of the world actually, if we're just trying to win our piece back. But if we want to like get a checkmate or something or win a full rook out of it, that's different. So we'll see if we have better. Does that check ever work? Taking immediately. Take immediately takes. Check takes. Okay. And then you get a queen. But then you take their queen. Wait, so this was this was which line? This was takes immediately. So we're gonna be at the exchange, but they don't take back, right? So you take immediately. They take. Queen check. Forcing, because of the pawn controls here, forcing queen takes. Then you get a queen. Knight blocks. You take the queen. Then okay, yeah, you get the queen. That seems good. Let's try it. Good. Okay, now I double check. Queen f7 check. Deflection. Get a queen. And then we win the queen. Of course, what was I thinking? Let's see, that's not that complicated. Because you get the queen. And then knight. Oh, that's it. But if you go a little farther, it's going to be knight blocks. And then queen. And then you just take it. So you give up a queen. You get your queen back. But then they lose their queen for the rook. So we end up, well, you end up with what's that? 2 pieces for a queen. Because rook for rook, 2 pieces for a queen. Okay, we can call that a win. We can call it a win. It's going to take some technique, but especially given the centralized, exposed nature of the black king in that position, it's a win. It's a win. Okay, let's go over that again. So I was looking at some sequences of like taking here, which was tempting with this diagonal, but it turns out that the queen f7, I was like, it's kind of tempting to do that too, especially if you know you're about to get a queen. So this is really a promotion technique. When you take on c7, you want to get that queen, and you've got a checkmating idea of f7. So once you look at the forcing line, you see, well, that's a checkmate if he doesn't take. So when they take it, get your second queen, and you get their queen. Cool. That was like a 2300. It wasn't too. It was pretty straightforward. Okay, we got 3 in a row. Good. Pass rate is 52.5%, so about half people. But I guess it'll be targeted for, so essentially targeted for people solving 2300 level, at the 2300 level. I guess that's how they do it. And then, or maybe depending on how you're doing. If you're doing really, really good, really well, then they might give you like a 2800 or something. If you're doing really poorly, they might be, okay, here, let me throw you a 2100. I don't know. Maybe they do that. So we have 13 points. Let's do it. 13 points to go. Let's hit 2600. Okay, well, obviously we have this stuff. Discovered check by moving the knight. So what do we do with that? It could be it could be decoying us though, like kind of throwing us off. There may be something simpler. What's the piece count? 3 for 4, 4 minor pieces. Wait, we're down a lot, right? So we have to kind of mate here or do something good, like a windmill or something. So we have 3 against 4, and plus we're down a rook. So we're down a rook and a piece at the moment. If we took this one, then we're just down a rook. But right now it's a rook and a piece, it looks like. So let's see, knight, maybe knight takes rook check, knight g5 check, knight d8 check, something like that. I don't think I want to just take the bishop. No thanks. We have better things in mind than just taking the bishop. Knight takes g7 check, possibly with the bishop h6 check follow up or something. They can't block the diagonal. That's the problem. Well, you could block with the rook. There is that. There is that. But then there's the e6, forking the queen and the rook. So there is that. Knight g5 check. King h8. I feel like knight f7 check just doesn't yield much because the rook will sack. Is there a way to trap their queen? Queen's limited. That's important. But if you move the knight, you're not guarding c7. We may have a queen trap sequence. What about just knight takes rook? Check. Oh, and you're hitting the queen. So, oops, don't press it yet. So you take it here. King has to take. Well, we can follow up with the second knight if we want. Hold on. So check. King takes. Forced. Otherwise, you lose the queen. Now what? Well, we have e6 check. No, that's not a check. Knight e6 check. Okay. If you come back, I don't know. Come back in the line of fire. If you go check, if you come to e8, I wish we had c5 available to check on c5. If you take, check, king e8, knight takes g7 check is kind of appetizing. He just goes to d8 though if he wants. Maybe not enough. Is there any way to win that queen? See, I would like to do something else with attacking the rook or something later on, but the rook is guarded safely by the bishop, so there's not too much like back rank stuff yet. Maybe later. Well, after taking the rook, maybe. That just seems natural. What else is there? Here, check, king moves. See what's there. E6 stuff doesn't seem to work. Unless you had like queen takes and bishop f4 and trap the queen somehow, but you can't do that. I don't think. How do we get that queen or king? Knight takes, I want that knight takes check to work. Knight takes check, king takes. Check. King, what if the king goes back to g8 again? Not even decisive. No, then you have knight g5 check. Yeah, that's knight g5 check, king h8, knight check, and all that. But if so, he doesn't want to walk into that. Knight takes, check. What about just here? Knight f4 check maybe. Knight g5 check, and then queen f7 check. Knight takes, check, king e8. We do have knight takes g7 check. King d8. Do we just settle for a draw? I mean, again, I want more than a draw, but you might be able to get a draw with just checking the knight all around, get a perpetual check. Takes, check, king moves, check, king moves, check, king moves, check, king f8. Let's say he goes back to f8. Bishop h6 looks nasty. That's strong. And then you're going to have an attack that way as well. f8. Well, what else is there other than knight takes f8? Knight g5 check, king h8. and then e6. Queen takes c7, check. Doesn't do anything. Play king g8 if he wants, because you've obstructed the diagonal. No, not e6. Nothing with e6. Again, I feel like it's just, my intuition's telling me it's knight takes f8. We remove that because it's an important defender of the back rank. Let's just get to f7 as well. Got to be a knight move, I think. Now we'll look. If it's not that, we can look for some quiet moves. Okay, well, look at this. Knight takes g7 check. That's interesting. Knight takes g7 check, because we were looking at that sort of in the other sequence. But this way there's a rook, which actually obstructs the king. King takes. Maybe knight, either bishop h6 check. Oh, that's interesting, because it clears this way. Get to g3. Let's see. Takes, bishop check, king h8. What's the follow-up? Queen g3. Takes, check, king here. Queen g3. Rook g8. Guarding g7. Something that is a focal point, though, that we can attack, like Art of Attack in Chess talks about focal points. But how? Knight takes check, king takes. Knight check, king h8. Knight takes, bishop takes. Then you don't even have queen f7 because the queen will guard through here when the bishop moves. Okay, knight takes. Maybe knight takes g7. That's interesting. Maybe not enough though. Knight takes f8. King takes f8. Forced. That's the most forcing line because you hit when you take check, hitting the queen. Knight takes f8. King takes f8. Knight e6 check is the natural follow-up. King e8. Knight takes g7. Check. I feel like this might be perpetual. Okay, I'm going to try it. All right, so it is that. Now, it was a calculated risk, I guess you could say. I wasn't sure if it worked, but I felt like that had to be the first move, and I didn't see anything else. So we have to try it. And the longer you wait, the fewer points you're going to get. But then again, if you mess it up, you lose a lot. So you're disincentivized to move too quickly. So what else than 96? Other than 96, I don't know what else. It has to be forcing. We have like barely any pieces left. I think it's a draw. Okay, here we go. So far, so good. Now, knight takes g7. What else? Gotta be. There we are. Now, I'm not going to rush because bishop h6 is very possible. Very tempting. Bishop h6 almost mates. But does it? They can move their bishop though. Say you check on f5, stopping them going to e7. They go to e8. Oh, they got a queen in there. I don't know. Bishop. So it's either we know we can go for a draw, or we can go for more. Bet there. Our wager gonna bishop h6. What do you do about that? King is stuck in there. It is dangerous for him. Can they attack the bishop? Not really. No. Okay, what's the exact threat though? Is there any new threat actually? Oh, it would be knight f5 check or somewhere else. King here. The difference is that now the knight didn't have to check. The bishop checks, which means you have to obstruct the diagonal, which means you get queen g8. So you get knight f5 check, for instance. King here. Jack. Bishop blocks. Queen takes mate. That's the threat. Yeah, bishop h6 is super tempting here. It's a big risk because we know we have a draw in front of us. Do we take bishop h6 or not? That's the question that's posed for us. Good puzzle. I say we take it. But does it work? You have to evaluate correctly whether it works. Well, if a bishop moves, like to here, we know we have knight f5 check. King here. Queen down and mate. I don't know. I think it works. What else is there? That's a direct threat. You can't obstruct the diagonal. Let's say knight e6. for instance. Knight f5 check and still mate. All right, I'm going for it. I'm going in. Cool. 1 point. Well, at least we didn't lose it. But I think actually as you go along and you solve, you solve like incrementally along the way, you gain some points. So, or you lose some. You would lose fewer points if you miss it after getting like 5 out of the 6 moves right or whatever. Oh, so let's go over this. This was kind of cool. So it wasn't one where it was easy to see the entire thing like immediately, but it was more like process of elimination. That was kind of the best thing available. There was nothing else. And when you take on f8, you're hitting the queen. It's the most forcing move. So we go with the most forcing. And we bring the second knight in naturally. And okay, you want to give up your queen, I come in. Okay, and we have nothing better than to take with check. It's almost just like it's just what's in front of us. And then we're like, oh, well, now we have a new possibility. Because if he went, well, what if he had gone to d8? See, if you could check from this side, you can mate or win the queen, but there was nothing over there. So he probably could have, if he had gone to d8, there would have been knight here. But they give us this. Otherwise, we may have had to actually take a draw, I think. After, no, wait. Here, would you have queen g8 check? Yeah, you would have queen g8 check, king c7, knight e6 check, forcing the point. The queen's going to have to give itself up. Okay, so yeah, the last time there were people that were like saying stuff. I didn't say, okay, I'll just check at the end anyway, and then I didn't see anything. So I feel bad about this. So I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Check periodically. Okay, so we have how many more to go? All right, 12 to go. Let's try and solve a quick one if we can. Well, I mean, we can. If we take here, it's tempting. Takes, check, but what does it yield? King moves, so we could take, but we're not getting anything with that, are we? Not really. Well, I mean, we have like mating ideas, or at least forcing the king into this. But if you go too far, then you're getting mated here, so you have to be careful. Well, if we check here, king goes here, take with check, king over, check, then take, but he's still got a mate in the back rank, so, because our king is not so happy in himself, We both have equal material. We have a very strong pawn on a3. Let's make this work. Try and push this, try and do something. Can't go here. You can't move the bishop away because then he wins this one. Got to be something with taking the bishop, I think. Bishop c5. Some decoy, similar to the other one, maybe. Wait, what about okay, the immediate check? He just goes up, and then we take the pressure off. We want the pressure on here. If you take immediately, actually, he just takes here. And I'm not sure we're getting too much. We can take, check, and take this. Okay, we're up 1 pawn. I'm not sure that's decisive. I think we want something more decisive. Something on this diagonal. We take, they take. Oh, you can move your rook away and then threaten mate, and then they go down. You can push, they go behind. Oh, and then you get here. That's interesting. So takes. Now if they do take, check, moves, takes. But still, like let's just say they trade. Takes, check, moves, takes. You're not threatening anything with that pawn. Is it just about winning the f pawn, maybe? I feel like there's got to be something else there. That was my dog. Let's see. Well, while the bishop's here, at least we know we can go to f8. So if we can create some mating sequence, sort of like, we can go here. Even if they check, we just go back. No, then they have bishop c. No, then you have a mate. We can make that bishop leave. Oh, so it's bishop c5 first. The most disruptive. It's actually a quieter move. But bishop c5 first. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. See. So bishop c5, hitting the bishop. Now if they take, it's mate. Just straightforward, I think. And now, okay, they just give us the mate. So it was some combination of those things. How much? We got 2 points. All right, 10 to go. 2288. Yeah, that wasn't too hard once we saw the right. We saw the right idea. This was more a matter of finding the right move order. So the more forcing moves like taking or checking didn't look good. So, but those were obvious to look for. But then we had to kind of revert. Like So I called it my tactic solving checklist you may not have considered, and then one of them is about reverse engineering. So this is a perfect example of reverse engineering, because you may not have looked at this right away, but once you look at a certain line, you say, okay, we just shift the move order, and then bam, we're going to win the bishop. Otherwise, queen bishop. So they take it, then they end their misery a little bit earlier. Okay. All right, let's go. Wait. Oh, hey, I thought you were only giving me 89. Give me all my points. Thank you, Chester. Okay. So queen takes e4. Yeah, it's like my FIDE rating. I lost some points in my FIDE rating. Like, how did I lose that many points? You know, you got to watch your points. You know. So let's see. Queen takes e4. Hmm. Up a piece. They have 3 pawns for it. King is precariously placed. Queen is precariously placed. Almost in skewer territory if we can get to here. I think we can somehow. But how? Are there any good checks? There's this check if we move, or this check. Here, can't get the bishop in play. Well, we could always check and take here. The pawns are going this way. Huh, so this is an obvious check. I feel like it's not going to be an obvious check. What about going here? Threatening here. They just move up. Go. Yeah, they can't go here because they would still get skewered. Gotta set that up somehow. What about here? Then they have checks. I don't want to give them checks. Don't give them what they don't deserve. Don't give your opponent anything. You go here, check. The nice thing about this check is we know we could win this pawn, but what does it yield? Check. Then they go here. Takes. Then they have checks. They trade, they win or draw. Probably just draw. But they can maybe push and win the bishop. But we don't want that. We want to win. Check. Most obvious check, I guess. But how do we get through with the bishop? Check. Here. Oh, then we can start checking from G. Okay. Looking like something. Check. If here, then we have check, check, queen, check, here, any good sequences? Check, here, wait, check, here, check, here, check, here. We start chasing them down. I like that. Check, here, check, here, check, here, check. If queen takes, we skewer. That's got to be it. Check, here, check, here, check, here, check, here. Then what? Queen's here, right? Here. Anything good? Then we start kind of getting some checks here almost. I feel like this has got to be it. I don't see anything else. We check this way. We don't have the same. The point is you want to check and then check here and start your sequence. You don't get a sequence if you go here. There's no follow-up after king here, I think. Like imagine queen check, king here. They start running. Okay, you got to keep him in. You got to keep him where you want him to be, right? Okay. Now I think it's going to be, there's nothing here. It's got to be a check. Not here, too loose. I'm going to keep it tight by being right next to him. This doesn't do anything. Check here. No good follow-up. This is a nice sequence, I think. Just kind of nice and poetic sequence that they provide for us. So when you see that poetry in there, be like, okay, I see what you're getting. Now, it seems like you just keep going with it. I think it must be a composition. Check here. Check. Again, they can't take because you skewer. That's the key. Check here. We want to use our bishop. The whole point is to activate the bishop in this line. Check here. Check with check, of course. Here. But then what? check. Somehow we can get a queen here. We almost have a mate. What else is there? There's nothing else other than queen here. I'm liking that. Oh, if we could force him here. Yeah, if we can get him to go here, we can get. Oh, that's not. Here, skewer because you can't go here. Check, here. Anywhere on that line, huh? Anywhere on that line. No, here. You want him to go to d5. That's the lure that we want. So we want to be on light squares to do that somehow. Check. Here. Check. Here. Somehow we got to get from behind, but well, we just kind of got to figure out what's the most reasonable way forward to get him over there. I feel like this has got to be it. He has no checks though, so it buys us a little bit of time. But we don't want. No, we want to do this while the queen is loose here. That's important. Keep in mind that theme. Check. Let's try this. I don't see what else. No! Yeah, I was sloppy then. Okay, let's see. So we're getting the read 2 from here. What else would it be? What am I missing here? Oh, did I miss this check? Check. Here. I don't know. Is it like check here? Yeah, because it wasn't concrete enough. But what is there? What do we have? Check. Do we go here? I feel like maybe it's this one. Check. But then what if he just goes back? We just repeated our position, sort of. Check. Here. Yeah, I think so. Is it a quiet move? King move? And he has a check. Bishop takes, queen takes, nothing there. Queen here. What is it? Oh, bishop here first, maybe? No. Depends where the queen goes. Queen here. Check, he starts running. Check. No, check is mate. Oh, maybe it's bishop first. Setting him up. But then you have king here, check, here, check, here. Let's try this. Yeah, that was it. Now they give it up. Now they give it up. Is it check? And then it's some bishop move that's going to set up the skewer this way. So we can't get to e3, see? Yeah. And then when it comes here, then you have the skewer here, but you've covered your bases here. And then you say thanks for the queen. Ah. All right, we got to work uphill now. Okay. So we have, that was a 29.59. Oh, man. We were close. We were close on that one. 35% pass rate. Because you got to get everything right on that. Got to get every single thing. Let's go over it real quick. So it's kind of like just figuring out which one makes the most sense. So this seems to be the only way to progress. And we see this nice like, see, I got too carried away. I was thinking, okay, this is what they want us to do, to go through here. But I'm like, no. I read the code wrong, sort of. It didn't decrypt it right. So check. So that was deep. Bishop to b4 first. But we know that move wants to be played. And we see that after queen takes, we have check, king here forced. Oh, we're threatening mate. So if queen takes, we have a check, king here, and then queen check behind and win the queen. So it's immune to capture, as we say, taboo. It's a taboo bishop, and take it. And then the important move is here, not here, because then he's going to have e. Well, would that work? No, it wouldn't, because check. You have to cover both squares at once. So you take away the dark squares. You can't take, because you take the queen. You're prying him away rather from the queen. Check, and thanks for the queen. Okay, let's get to the next one. Hmm. Well, there's clearly something going on in here. Oh, I think they gave us this one before. On another time. Something in here. No, I guess they have repeats once in a while. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Would that be cheating to take a no? I mean, they gave me a repeat, but you have to know it. Is it bishop check? King here. Queen check here. You come here. Try and solve this as quickly as possible, and then I'll go over it. Queen check. King. No, no, this is different. Queen check. King here. Well, we know we have bishop check. Check. Sequence of checks. No, yeah, they didn't give me this one. Check. Can't go here because mate. Have to go here. Bishop d6 check. Go here. I take. Tricky. We want to catch him in the most efficient way possible. Check. That's interesting. Check. Takes. Check. Okay. That's a mate if he goes check. Takes. Check. Here. Check. Wait. Check. Takes. Check. Here. Check. Here. Is that enough? No. I mean, the bishop check is. Wait, what about just bishop check right away? Am I just missing something? Oh, of course, of course. And then you go here, then you get the mate. Okay, cool, cool. So we got bishop check. King has to move. And then now we see this mate here, queen sacrifice. And yeah, either way, I guess they can't have us. How many did we get? Oh, I'm gonna get a point. If you take this way, they're not going to take it because there's two options. Only one could be right, and there's only one branch that's correct. But there's two branches correct here. Let's stop here. But regardless of which one you take with it to mate. But, so yes, this is pretty forcing. It's just bishop check. I should have seen that more quickly. I was trying to do queen check first, but then it got too complicated. So we see the king running. This one lures him. But then we saw that line with the queen check earlier with the sack. So we just do bishop check. If he goes here, you take with check, and then you're going to mate here because you have the battery, the lineup. I like to call it like a rocket with a rocket booster behind it. So bishop check, king here, queen check, takes, and mate. Okay. All right, we still got to solve more though. Then you take back with mate, cover the light squares and the dark squares. Okay, what are we at? 88. Okay, let's go. All right, we got to make these pawns work. B6, B6, B6 takes, push. B6 takes, C5, push. B6, think. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't work. Wait. Well, what else would it be? It's got to be B6. Because if you go here, you just go like B6. So B6 takes, C5 takes. Let's try. I want to get this one quick to gain some points. We're just breaking through. Kind of a variation on a theme. Now, of course, C6. You can't stop it, can you? Or can you? Oh, this is tricky. Oh, it's going to be a draw, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a draw. That's deep. Can't go here. Okay, you go king f5. That's it. That's it. Yep. Stalemate theme. for us. Because when he goes here, go here, they take it, they have to take it to not lose, and then, yeah, we did it. Nice, nice. 2603. Cool. Because I know those stalemate themes. I learned it actually from it's a good book I'd recommend. Good book called Chess Tactics for the Tournament Player. And it goes over these stalemating themes where, like, there's a cool one where there's like a bishop and a queen. Kind of king is in the crosshairs, things like that. So yeah, it comes up quite a few times. I think in one of the videos I did, it came up a few times. Cool, 2603. All right, I'm gonna stop there. Let's just go over this one, make sure that you got it. So it's the basic. So again, on this one, so it's that theme, and it's the theme of 3 pawns. It's 3 pawns against 3, where you push the center pawn, and then whatever way they take with, you push another. They take this way, you push this pawn, and then they take that one, and then you're like pushing it. You just keep pushing through. That's the exact same theme. But now I didn't foresee the entire thing at first. I'm like, look, I'm about to lose this position. So the only hope is you have to try b6 to fragment. Now, if they take it, if they don't take it, you're going to take. If they go c6, like when you go b6, if they go c6, you're going to take. They take, you push. So b6 takes while you're breaking through on d6, and the problem is they can't go to f4. They could go to g5 in some lines. I was looking at if they had taken this way, and then you have, there might be another stalemate in that direction. Take that way, push. No, because if they take, you're pushing. And if they don't take, they come back, you push. And their own pawns are obstructing the bishop. So now, of course, don't take, because then the bishop just takes. Pawn takes, you push and win. Again, their pawn obstructs. Takes, push, they can't get to it. But you push here. Now, the problem is that they have a check. If they didn't have a check, you'd win outright. You would just push. But since they have a check, they cleared that square for the bishop. But then I'm like, oh, if I take, he comes back, I lose. But like, cool, stalemate theme. Even though his king's on the side, your king gets stalemate in the middle. That's beautiful. Cool. That was a fun way to get to 2600. Okay, 2700 next. All right. It's like, well, it's I guess they do give you progressively harder tactics, but it's incremental. It's kind of like with your rating too. It's incremental. And, you just have to beat people wherever you are. You got to solve. Oh, now perfect. We just got like low on battery. Okay. Are there any questions? Queen G4. Where was Queen G4? Franz Hench? Franz Hench said Queen G4. Was that in which one? Does it say when that was said? I don't know. But cool. So we made it. Got 2600. So thanks for joining me, and hopefully it's useful in terms of kind of breaking down how I did it. And check out, I did that blog. Chess. If you Google chess tactics, something about solving chess tactics. Oh, chess tactics solving chess list. Tactics solving chess list that you may not have considered. And I just kind of like condensed some concepts that I was going over with my student, trying to explain to him how to solve tactics. So we were solving chess.com tactics together. And pretty much all his questions I tried to answer through that. And also the notion of inversion. Invert, always invert, which was actually a mathematician said that, I think German, like this guy, maybe. But then Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's sidekick, he ended up using that too. But it's kind of an engineering thing. But again, the reverse engineering inversion. So if it doesn't work one way, flip it around and try it a different way. So it teaches you to be flexible in mindset. All right. Well, good luck with doing your tactics, and let me know if you have any questions.